In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can build up your self-discipline from rock bottom. Now, don't worry, we've all been there. I see plenty of posts on Reddit right now where people are saying like, I'm at this age, I feel I'm so far behind, I don't know what to do, and we've all been there. It's okay. So I'm going to be describing techniques and tips that really help me out because we all start at different points. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a David Goggins where I'm 100% efficient, but I think that there should be more videos out there that describe, okay, if you're at this point, here are some actual steps that can really help you out. The first thing to remember is that rock bottom is all relative. There's so many people out there that would do anything to be in the position that you are right now. But that doesn't mean that where you're at isn't difficult, isn't hard. It just means that there's hope. Everybody has different starting points and you can improve. And that's what we're all looking for. Another thing that I realize is that I'm like an all or nothing type of person, but that's not effective because over the course of many weeks, I'd have highs and lows. I'd have a lot of energy, but then I'd get burnt out. And then how do I navigate this? But I had no consistency. So I had to establish from ground zero how to be consistent. And that is a tough habit to build. A powerful next step is to realize where's a general direction where you want your life to go. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be a concrete plan because you can adjust as you go. But it's kind of like you're in a sailboat. You want a general direction as to where you want to go and you'll course correct as you go along. For me, I know I don't want to do anything with artistry. So if it's like pottery, arts and crafts, keep me away from that, a mile away. I ain't touching that. So through that process, I can kind of be like, well, I like comedy. I like being in a warm location. I'm looking to be in a relationship. I'd love to get healthier. Like these are certain things where it's general and I'm like, okay, this has a little bit more meaning to it. As well as in the short term, I can now look at certain things that can help me out get towards that. Now it's not going to be perfect, but it's the next step. Speaking of which, where do you start? Because if you're looking around your life, you're probably thinking, everything's a mess right now. Everything needs to get fixed. I can't decide. And there's two approaches I would say. Number one, just pick something. Like it doesn't matter. Just get some points on the board. Just start because all paths lead to Rome and you'll figure it out as you go along. A second approach is eliminate the bad habits that cause you the most obstacles and the most problems. So for example, for me, scrolling on my phone takes up a lot of time. It gives me that cheap dopamine, and then I'm less motivated to do everything else, as well as when I get low amount of sleep. Do you think that I'm going to be productive in a positive, upbeat mood when I'm running off 4 hours of sleep? Absolutely not. That just makes everything much more difficult. So even though I have this big long-term goal, if I can help eliminate all these like little things that are blocking me from achieving this, I should focus on that because over the course of months, weeks, years, it's going to make a big impact. So this was one of my biggest mistakes, so listen closely to this. Do not overdo it. Let me repeat, do not overdo it. With the example of scrolling too much on my phone, it's very easy for me to think, I'm just going to delete the app, I'm never going to use it. That's not realistic. As well as my brain is thinking, oh my gosh, I want this now because I'm never going to have it. You want what you can't have. You start wondering how you're going to be able to cope. And then all of a sudden your brain is distracted rather than getting the benefit that it should be provided. So when it came to scrolling, I'm like, all right, up until 5 p.m., I cannot do it. I won't do it. I'll pick something else or I'll just chill and be lazy, I guess. I'll make things more boring for me. But once 5 p.m. happens, then I can go ahead and do it. But right now, even at the time of recording this video, it's like, I don't know, like 6 o'clock and I don't even feel like doing it. I know I have the option to, but I'm like, well, if I start scrolling, then I'm not going to be productive. So how about I just do a little bit more? I feel great about it. So again, if you try to do too much, you try to be a superhero, you're going to fail. You're going to then feel even worse about your situation. And rather than taking one step forward, you're going to feel like you're taking 2 steps back. And when you feel like you're a failure and you're kind of kicking yourself down, do you think that you're going to be more productive and make progress? Or you're going to feel like you need to compensate and make yourself feel better by running to the bad habits? I think you already know the answer. Now, this is something that I wish somebody told me. I had to figure it out for myself. And that is when you focus on these small goals, it's going to feel pointless. In fact, you're going to put in a lot of energy in order to improve it. You're not going to see a lot of changes. You're going to start to reassess like, well, is it even worth working on these small habits? It's not even going to get me to the long-term goal. And I'm feeling worse. It's not working. This little thing came up and you just give up entirely. But then after a month, actually reassess and ask yourself, am I better? Am I making progress here? Because chances are you will be feeling a lot better. And what's the opposite side? What if you never did it? You already know what that's like. You know what it's like on that other side when you're just going with your bad habits, you're trying to wing it. So why not create it as an experiment, stick to it for 1 month and then reassess? Because then you can always stop. I mean, like, there's nothing stopping you from stopping. There's nothing stopping you from stopping, but you get my point. And you may be amazed after a month, like how much of a transformation it truly made. And that's going to give you the motivation to continue and do even more, even when in the short term, you don't feel like it. Here's a common mistake that I see. A lot of people think I'm just lacking willpower, or I need this particular life hack, and then all of a sudden I will power through it. Well, how's that working for you? Just take a look at your New Year's resolution. Yeah, you've probably given up on it 3 times by now, right? Sorry, too soon? Well, it's April, so. But you get what I'm saying, is oftentimes we think that we just need that next little thing. It's just a matter of willpower, but it's not. There was a great quote, maybe it's from Atomic Habits, where you don't rise up to the occasion, you fall back on your systems. And that's just case in point. So don't feel like you're just lacking, you're missing something. You already know what you have to do, but just make it so that it's small enough steps and commit to that. And make it be easy, and you'll be amazed to see how far you can go. But if you made it this far in the video, I want to let you know that there is hope. There's always ways in how you can improve your life no matter how bad the situation is. In fact, you have the attention to make it this far in the video. While meanwhile, you could be on TikTok, Instagram, just quickly scrolling through these videos. You're like, no, I'm going to put the time in to watch. So I wanted to say thank you. Because on this channel, I'm focused on improving my self-discipline, also yours, with real actionable steps. So if you could like, subscribe, you'd be doing me a huge favor. Because as in the words of Peter Parker, I'm trying to do better.
How are you? Trying to do better.